What's going on? This is Mule here, back again with another Minecraft video. This is video number 2 in the series Surviving Your First. I started this series to basically chronologue and observe the difficulties in entering into a hardcore world from scratch and trying to survive. And it's going to be basically a series of how do I survive getting through my first night, how do I survive building my first shelter, my first base, if you want to call it that, how do I acquire my first bed, how do I acquire yada yada yada, you name it, go through the list. And that's what I'm looking to do. I'm relatively new to the Minecraft world, but I'm really enjoying getting to learn the processes. I'm really enjoying figuring out how things work, how the game actually works together, and what pitfalls there are. So here we are. I did go venture around a little bit after the last video to go look at some of these stone structures, and I am now at a place of realizing I need to talk a little bit about some of the other elements of the game that can be really helpful. I like to play with coordinates on. I really enjoy the coordinates feature in the game. If it's Java, I think that you can turn the coordinates on and off just by simply pressing a button on the screen. I'm very unfamiliar with Java because I am playing the Bedrock edition. However, the coordinates help me out a ton while I'm navigating Minecraft. So I think I established last time that the sun rises in the east, and it's going up overhead towards high noon, and it sets in the west, just like in real life. So that would make that direction there north. Okay? So the way the coordinates work, if you're unfamiliar, if I head due east, my x-axis represents east and west. And as you can tell, if I'm heading due west, my coordinate number is moving towards 0 or towards negative numbers, and if I'm heading due east, my numbers are increasing, which is what I kind of had remembered, but I admittedly started to make this video and totally forgot which way the coordinates worked. So that's a reference point so that you can kind of find your way back. Now, similarly, heading due north, my z-axis, which is the third number in the list, it is going to go negative. And if I head due south, my z-axis number is going to increase ever so slightly. So, very helpful. So that means that moving in an east-south or southeast direction, that both of my numbers should be increasing, and they are. Now, as you can see, there's an axis in the middle, which is the y-axis. The y-axis establishes our depth, or our position vertically in the world. So all of these things are incredibly helpful. They're incredibly useful in so many different facets when it comes to finding specific ores, when it comes to knowing where you're going to end up in, like going through. I don't know if it applies so much to nether portals. I don't know if they have that much of an effect. But generally speaking, there are some levels that you can mark out that make a lot of sense when it comes to where you are on the coordinate plane. But it's also super useful for finding your way home. That is, of course, if you remember where you actually live. So, for me, I can look right here and I can jot this down on a piece of paper, which I'm gonna go back inside to do this, because my luck, I will jot this down, and there will be something that comes and blows up next to me, such as a creeper, or a zombie, or a spider, or any of the other numerous things that can kill you. So my coordinate here is going to be 79, 77, minus 57. That way, when I go exploring, when I get lost until I make a map, I can know where on this super interesting Earth I am. So that's kind of a helpful thing there. I also spoke in the last video about blocks of coal. Okay, so I have a single block of coal that I put in here, and what I should be able to do, I should fully test this out. I wonder if I can. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll go get another. Let's see if we can go find another several pieces of copper, and see if we can put the 90 pieces to the test here. Let's see. We got ourselves a cow. That's always helpful. Do I have? I don't have much. Do I have copper? I do have some copper. So before I take off, Sorry, I'm all over the place. I just jumped back in. It's been a couple days since I've been in this world, and I need to remember what I'm actually doing here. So I'm going to actually craft myself a... Oh, looky there. I do have it. I have a copper pickaxe already. Okay, so we're gonna go. We're gonna hit the road, Jack. We're gonna go look for some more copper, and I'm also on the hunt for iron. So if I can find a little of both, that would be great. I am really wanting to make at least a set of copper armor. I would really love to get myself equipped with a shield. I think I mean, I do have enough iron to make a shield right now, but I struggle with using my iron before I have a stockpile. I don't know if anybody else can relate to that. I really like to feel like I have something, and presently I don't feel like I have anything in my inventory, and it's probably because I don't. But the fact remains, I think I do have. Oh, I've got my copper armor on. See, I'm forgetting all of these things. So I do. I need to get a little bit more copper, and I need some more iron. More specifically, the iron. I found that I can make a lot of tools out of copper that last just a little bit less than iron tools do, and yet they don't. Copper is so much more easy to come by than iron is, that they get you kind of through the early game stage of the game, and they carry you for a little while. So that's the plan. This, I gotta say, I haven't seen so many floating pillars and things like that in any other world that I've been in so far, and it's really interesting to me to kind of see this stuff just hovering. And I'm wondering if some of it is just like just a funky world seed, or oh, here we go. Here's some coal, and we're always on the hunt for coal. So we're gonna stop for just a moment. We're gonna gather some coal, and we're gonna make sure that we're stocking up as we go. There are so many things in this game that you need to have in your inventory full time. And I have heard that there are complaints about inventory space, but I guess I look at it more of a challenge. How do I get an inventory that's full of things that are actually useful? How do I ensure that I'm making the best use of my time, making the best use of my resources, and still enjoy the challenge of the game? Because I think that that's a big deal. I think that I may have come off a little strong in my first video, thinking about how kind of the way I posed it was that I'm not really liking my world seed. But what I'm kind of thinking on now is that this is a great challenge to start off in something that's not just abundantly overflowing and all of the most specific resources that I want. And yes, it's going to create a little bit of a challenge, but I'm excited about it. It's going to be fun, so I hope that you all enjoy kind of the process as I go along through this. And we're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna see how we can overcome this world. I'm gonna probably try to run this as long as I can and see if I can, let this thing run. I probably will also mention that I will play a little bit in my off time, but anytime I come up to something that I think is really important, I'm at least going to try to capture it. I'm going to at least try to make sure that I've got something, even if I've got to dub over it, if I got to record back over it later, because I'm not in the mindset to actually be on camera, if you will. I'm going to do my best to record anything that I find interesting or that I think is something that viewers might want to see. So please write in the comments if you catch something that I'm doing, or you've got a question about why did I do something that way. Some of it simply might just be I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing, and so we'll just play it by ear and see what we can do to make sense of this Minecraft world together. But yeah, so I'm on the hunt for the resources. I definitely know that I'm gonna have to leave this island pretty soon. I think I'm not totally sure I'm ready to go on some grand caving expedition, but I might not have a choice. And I guess that's it too. Is like I can take it in the comments as well. If you want me to just run this thing very recklessly, I'm happy to do that, because again, it's a game and I enjoy it. I enjoy the many different ways to play this. So we can. See, there's some copper. Some of this. So, side note, as I pause again, with the squirrel mentality here, gravity in Minecraft is also very strange, which we've kind of established, and this is not the smartest idea. You never really should mine directly overhead. If you have gravel that falls on you, it can do some serious damage and wreck your day. So just be mindful of that. If you're going to mine overhead, know that there is actually a pretty decent risk of having something drop on your head. And that's a good way to end the hardcore world. But you can do some really neat things with gravity in Minecraft. Like, I can build a block that's standing on absolutely nothing, and I can bridge out. I use this technique quite a lot. Also, keep in mind, if you look up in the upper left, I am squatting right now. And I'm in a pretty bad spot because it's about to be nighttime. But I'm squatting. So I am currently able to move and navigate on this block without falling off. If I was to just stand up, I would just slide right off the edge of the block, and that's how you have a pretty decent fall. And it's never a good thing to take a fall like that, especially when the gear you have on is not super durable and it's not going to protect you much at all. So just keep that in mind. Hey, perfect. I definitely do try to be squatted as often as possible. Counting blocks is also very, very useful, because if you forget and I just drop out from underneath, this fall wouldn't kill me, I don't think. But you got to be careful with your drops and things like that. So I'm going to go scurry on back to my little hut, and I'm going to take all my resources with me, and hopefully we can survive the journey home. I think I should be able to. It's dark, but it's actually pretty illuminated. That's cool. I guess because of the snow, the light value is a bit higher, so... There we go. This is the right way. Spider. Still hurts. Oh, there we go. We're just going to do the old run. Gotta run. There's a baby zombie. That's one of my least favorite mobs in the entire game, and it looks like my hardcore world might end very quickly. Woo! Folks, that was close. That is how you just narrowly escape with your life. And there are now monsters nearby. So, it's a good time to grab a sandwich as we wait for morning. And we wait for the opportunity to heal up some more. I just narrowly escaped that. So that tells me very immediately that I need a shield. And it also tells me that I'm not going to do a very good job of surviving if I don't figure out how to combat these mobs. So, as I've said before, all of the mobs present a challenge. We just saw a spider, we just saw a baby zombie, we just saw skeletons, which are your ranged assailants, and they have I think they have a cooldown on their bow of one shot every 3 seconds, I think it is. So you really do. You've got to be Johnny on it to get moving, get out of range, and you know, the bow is a super useful weapon. One of the easiest ways to combat a zombie, if I'm able to show you, bed's too far, of course it is. There's monsters nearby, of course there are. So, one of the things that you really need to learn how to do is deal with the skeletons. They can make an absolute mess. Running, jumping, these are all really good techniques, but when you're kind of in the throes of it, it's very difficult to overcome that. So, I'm seeing very quickly where my deficit is, and that is in the fact that I'm not very good at defending myself. But I'm full health now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the door and actually let something come inside if it wants to. Hopefully it's not a creeper. Try to sleep again. Still monsters nearby. I don't know if they're on my roof. I don't know where they are. But anyways, and I've also put my furnace outside, so that's real handy. See, take a step out here. What do I got? I don't know what's so close that I can't sleep. There might be something buried beneath me or behind me. I don't know what I've got going on here. I'm not digging it, though. How close do they have to... How close do they have to be? I mean, there's a creeper way over there, but I don't see anything remote. Okay, there must be a small cave underneath me, because when you get that message that says there are monsters nearby, it's usually because there's something like right outside your door. But that was not the case. So... We've got another guy right there. We're gonna, let's see, we have oh, take that, buddy. See, he can shoot me from there, but he's not going to. There's another creeper. I need some more wood. Definitely need some more wood. That's a fox. It's pretty neat. I'm going to try to get some gunpowder from this dude. Got him. That's handy. Let's cut down a tree. We're gonna just do some farming here for a minute, see what we can get. I need some resources. Definitely need some more wood, need some more sticks, need to be able to make some torches. And you know, early game is by far the most difficult part of this game in my mind. Now, there are certainly other challenges, but surviving the early game is incredibly difficult. And it may not be that might not be the case for everybody. But for me, I have a hard time just not dying. And I experience a lot of running for my life because of certain scenarios that are just very difficult to overcome. And you know what? Again, that's why I really enjoy it, because the complexity, the difficulty of this is what really does make it fun for me. Ooh, is this what we have? Do we have a zombie villager? Yep. Also, if you didn't know, when the sun comes out, they burn alive. So, oh gosh. Something is in the... Yep. There. What is that? I don't even know what that is. I do know that he can hit me from where he is. He has armor. I didn't know that was a thing, actually. Very surprised by that. Didn't know that they could wear armor. So that's a new thing to me also. So I'm just learning as I go here. And if this is just totally boring and you would rather just have me do some cut screens, if you would rather see all of the nitty gritty, I'm happy to show it all. But this is day 5 in the world here, and I am going to do some more resource gathering and hopefully not die. I'm going to try to gather some more food. I need to harvest some cows. I need to harvest some more sheep. There are just a couple of things that I really need to be able to do so that I don't have to continue running back here to kind of resupply every time. But as you can see, this is going to be a challenge for me, and I hope you enjoy it. Please drop a like and a sub, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. If you want me to shift gears here, I'm happy to do that, but I am going to try to also keep this going. I can throw in some other content of just some different builds. I have a couple of different worlds that I play in, and a few realms with some other friends that I play in as well. So I'm happy to show different stages of the game and kind of where I've arrived in some of my Minecraft ventures, and yeah, we can learn together. But I hope you enjoy this video, and until next time,